All right, here we go with lesson 92 of the fourth grade Excel. We're going to learn about speed, time, and distance today in word problems. Speed, time, and distance. Here we go with our sample problem. Demetrius drove 200 miles in 4 hours. What was his speed? All right, we're not going to look at this stuff down here. I'm going to teach it to you on my own. When you are doing problems that talk about speed and time and distance, what you want to do is write down Stinky Tim Died. That will help you to remember it. STD, Stinky Tim Died. And we have a little formula, so then you're going to fill in S times T equals D. If you take the speed and you multiply it by the time or how long you're driving that speed, it will tell you how far you went or the distance. So the first thing you're going to do on these problems is write down S times T equals D. And the way you can remember that is Stinky Tim died. So in this problem, the speed, we don't know. The time is 4 hours, so you put a 4 above the T. And the distance is 200 miles. So we're going to put a 200 above the D here for distance. Now we have to figure out what is the speed, which is some number multiplied by 4 to get 200. So what we're really doing is 200 divided by 4, and you split 200 into 4 parts, you get 50 in each part. And it shows you that right here. Demetrius's speed then is 50 miles per hour. That's the answer, 50 mphs. All right. Here we go with our sample, or our problem number 2. We're going to do this problem together. And so for a problem says, Phil drove 90 miles at a speed of 30 miles per hour. How long did it take him? Well, okay, it's a speed times time equals distance problem. So I'm going to write out S times T equals D. And I've got to fill in the numbers that I know. I know 2 of the numbers, one of them is going to be missing. He drove 90 miles, so that's the distance. 90 miles. And the speed, it tells us the speed is 30 miles per hour. Write this on your paper. So we're going to put 30 for the speed. So I have 30 times some number is 90. What do I multiply 30 by to get 90? 30, 60, 90. 3 30s makes 90. So the answer is 3 hours, because it says how long did it take him? 3 hours. Fill that in on your paper. I want you to pause the video and try number 3 on your own. All right, you should have already done number 3. And it says Mabel drove 55 miles per hour for 7 hours. How far did she drive? Okay, this is a speed, time, and distance problem. So we got to put Stinky Tim died. Oops, equals. Okay. What do we know? Do we know the speed? 55 miles per hour. That's a speed. So we're going to put 55 for the speed right there. And then we're multiplying that times the time. Do we know the time? 7 hours. Oh, yeah, that's the time. So you put a 7 right there. Did you do 55 times 7 equals your distance? And then we have to actually calculate that. 55 times 7. And 5 times 7 is 35. Carry the 3 over there. 5 times 7 is 35 again, plus 3 is 38. So the answer is 385. What? How far did she drive? 385 miles is the answer. Okay, now here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Move to the next one. All right, here we go. So you're going to pause the video, try 4 and 5 on your own. If it's really hard for you, you can do 4 and then turn the video back on to see the answer and then do 5. Or you can just do 4 and 5 right now and then turn the video back on. So pause it now. All right, you should have already done number 4. Moved on me there. Problem says Amy drove 6 hours at a speed of 47 miles per hour. How far did she drive? Well, again, we're going to write Stinky Tim died. S times T equals D. And it says she drove for 6 hours. That's our time. at a speed of 47 miles per hour. So that's our speed. You should have put 47 in for the speed and 6 for the hours, which means we have to multiply 47 times 6. That's 42. Carry the 4 up there. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 4 is 28. 282 miles. Okay, I have a hard time writing. I'm writing with my finger there. All right. Should have already done number 5 before you watch me do this. Stacy drove 495 miles in 9 hours. What was his speed? So you do S times T equals D. Do we know the speed? No, because it asks us for the speed. Do we know the time? 9 hours in time at 495 miles. How am I going to figure out that first number? I'm going to have to do a division problem, because the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to do 495 divided by 5. 5 goes into 49. 9 times. That's 45, or 450. Subtract and get 45 again. And 9 goes into 45 again. 9 times, which again is 45. Subtract and get 0. And so the answer of the speed is 99, and you can abbreviate miles per hour by putting mph. All right, pause the video, do the basic fact practice, all these problems down at the bottom, and then turn the video back on to see the answers. Here we go. 12 times 2, you should have already done these, is 24. 6 times 8 is 48. 3 times 9 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. 3 times 7 is 21. 6 times 5 is 30. 8 times 3 is 24. 6 times 7 is 42. Next row, 11 times 7 is 77. 4 times 8 is 32. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 times 7 is 49. 5 times 8 is 40. 4 times 6 is 24. 12 times 7 is 84. That's a hard one, huh? 6 times 6 is 36. And thank you very much for watching the show today. We'll see you later.